What's up YouTube? Brown Tactical, back with another video. Today, we're going to be doing a quick tabletop unboxing, review, and field strip of the Glock 19 Gen 5. So it comes in this box here, nice box. Not much to be said about the box. High quality box, There's a lot of other handguns that'll come in a cardboard box. I really like it when companies decide to give you an actual box to keep it in. Just to carry it around and everything like that and keep it safe. So this is more or less what it's going to come with. You have your, interchangeable back strap so you can change the fit of your gun in your hand. I have pretty small hands, so the stock back strap is perfect for me. It fits my hand pretty good. And what I notice a lot of people get is they'll get slide bite, where like when the slide comes back here, it'll scratch their hand and they'll get two cuts right here and here. I don't notice any of that with this gun. It's actually, or at least with my hands, I don't notice any of that. That's not a problem for me with the size of my hands. So I like the regular back strap. It's gonna come with 2 extra mags, 3 total. One of them I don't have right here right now. But I like the fact that they give you 3 magazines, because a lot of other guns, they're only going to come with either 1 or 2, and then they charge a lot for the replacements. Whereas I really like that about Glock, because the replacement magazines, there's tons of aftermarket as well, and you can find really good deals for these all around. So now we'll get into the gun here. Oh yeah, and of course you're going to come with all your literature and your safety lock that nobody uses. Nobody's going to use that. Nobody wants that crap. Safety. So here we are. Here we have the gun. I can show you all that it's 100% clear. Right there. So the Gen 5 has a few differences. I didn't own any previous generation Glocks, but they did something that's similar to the Gen 1 and 2, where they don't have the finger grooves like 3 and 4 do. Sorry, it was my cat. And I personally, I don't really know how to feel, because I haven't really shot one with the finger grooves actually, so I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I personally like the way it looks better without them, though. I think it just makes, because of the overall aesthetic of the Glock is very simple. There's nothing there that doesn't need to be there for function. So I think that doing away with that really kind of cleaned up the look a little bit and made it look a little bit better. Let's see, what else can we talk about? They also have ambidextrous controls, completely ambidextrous controls, and you can flip this magazine release as well to be on the opposite side. I have about maybe 500 rounds through this at this point. I actually have experienced 0 malfunctions, whether it be failure to feed, failure to extract, anything like that. Everything has been perfect with this gun. This one actually is a little bit of an upgraded version, as you can see here, that has it has tritium night sights as opposed to the usual Glock sights that are just a drop in a bucket. I personally like these so much better because of, well, first they glow, and I also like having metal sights as opposed to plastic sights, just because I really don't think that it makes too big of a difference, because honestly, like, whether it be metal or plastic, unless you're really, really abusing a gun, plastic sights are not gonna like bust off or like bend on you like people say that they might. I would be hard pressed to find a case with relatively normal use that the Glock plastic sights broke, but I just like having it just cause, you know, just if it can be stronger, then why not? Especially something that is, you know, pretty important to the function of the gun as the sights. That's pretty much all that I have to say about it. I do have one upgrade on the gun. I have upgraded the trigger with the black ice, or black yikes, 3-pound trigger connector. So it basically just lightens up the trigger and makes it so that it's a little bit easier to pull. You guys can see how it kind of sweeps through the trigger, as opposed to when I had the OEM trigger bar, it would kind of have a wall, and then you'd get up on that wall, and then you'd have to push a little bit harder and break through. Whereas this is more of just like a sweep straight through it. I can show you guys the reset too, which is really nice. There's a reset, audible and tactile, and then there's a brake. So it basically resets right on top of the brake, which I really like. Overall, it's been a really good shooter. I can tell you that I'm a relatively new shooter when it comes to handguns. I'm pretty proficient with rifles and shotguns, but handguns are definitely one where I have to work on, because I have a killer flinch. You know, like I'll end up shooting like the target, not even hitting the target. I'll shoot so far low and left that I won't even hit the target. So yeah, definitely the trigger, upgrading the trigger has helped me with reducing my likeliness to flinch. So yeah, so that's basically the rundown on the gun. Now I'll do just like a quick field strip. So you don't have to do this, but I like to take out the magazine. Make sure that it is 100% clear. Drop the firing pin. You're going to hold it just like this. And then there's this little bar right here. Drop that. And then the slide comes right off, just like that. This part is basically completely field stripped. There's nothing else that you have to do unless you're going to be taking out these pins right here and right here. And then this whole insert here and all this will pop out. And yeah, so that's what I actually ended up doing. That the part that I did end up fixing is this little piece right here, this little connector. That's an aftermarket part right there. Which basically the only thing that's different is it just changes the angle of the lip that holds your bar, your trigger bar, and so it just drops it a little bit more smoothly, as opposed to being like a tough wall that you have to break through. It's kind of more just like a slip. It just kind of slips through and breaks. Then you have here our little recoil spring and our barrel that comes right out. And this gun is completely field stripped, just like that. Super easy. Love that about Glocks. You can just take them apart, put them back together. You can do it with your eyes closed. Super, super, super easy. Alright. That's about it for my field strip and tabletop review of the Glock 19 Gen 5. Let me know if you thought it was cool, you learned anything new, and let me know if you'd like to see any videos in the future. But Iron Tactical, signing off.